Well, you heard it a moment ago, my conversation with the attorney for Natalee Holloway's family. She appears to feel fairly confident this case will be solved and solved soon. Joining me now to get reaction on that, on the docket legal panel, Paula Canny, former San Mateo County District Attorney, John Patrick Dolan, a criminal defense attorney, Fox News legal analyst, and former civil rights judge Mercedes about the Aruba system of justice. First of all, the suspects don't have a right to have legal counsel present during interrogation, so for all we know, it could be pretty heavy-handed, if not physically, psychologically. And second of all, we learned from Geraldo's interview with the Justice Minister, Rudy Cruz, that in fact he thinks the father of Joran van der Sloot is being held to put psychological and emotional pressure on the son. What do you think of that?
I think that's right. And remember, this is Law School 101. You have to have a corpus delicti before you can charge someone with a crime. And the history in the Netherlands is that only one case has been brought without an actual body being present, and that is where there was a confession. So if they don't have the proof of the corpus delicti and a confession, they're going to have a problem making this case stick.
No physical evidence, no eyewitnesses, no forensics, no motive, no confession. You can't bring a case unless you got something, right?
That's exactly right. You can prove the corpus delicti with reasonable suspicion, but you have to have a confession if you're going to make this case stick in this case.
It turns on either a confession or maybe the Calpo brothers pointing the finger of blame, and maybe they know something that we don't know. All right, everybody stick around. Amazing case.
Okay.
We have lots more to talk about. You recall a case of Marjorie Knoller, put on trial for murder because her dogs mauled a young woman to death with me all the time. John, the mother also said to a TV reporter of one of the dogs, she was in heat. Yeah, you just don't mess around when two dogs are going at it. Just try to keep away from them. She knew of the clear and present danger here. Guilty, right?
Well, you know, from the defense point of view, what you'd say is that using the shovel showed that she was taking reasonable measures to keep the dog away from the kids, and that she didn't think it was foreseeable that the dog would actually kill the child. But it's a pretty tough case. Mercedes,
I want to Marjorie, since when do we evict people from their homes for private use?
Greg, that's a good question. Whether or not this one tests scrutiny, and I guess since the Supreme Court has ruled it's there, it sure looks bad. It just sounds bad and looks bad and makes the courts and the cities that were the parties in the case just look like they're taking advantage of the little guy at the expense of people who have more dough in the community.
And here was the scathing dissent, Mercedes.